Welcome to my first ever craft fair recap. In this vlog, we are gonna have some pre-filmed footage from the week leading up to the craft fair. Just a note, I failed epically on keeping you guys up to date on where I was at. It was such an overwhelming week. I've got a full-time job as well as trying to do all this crafting. It just felt a lot. So I definitely wasn't in the place that I would want to be. However, it was still such a productive week. I just forgot to film. I think where I was so busy. But there are some pieces of pre-filmed content that you will be able to watch next in this vlog. But I want to spend this vlog to do a bit of a recap, let you know how the craft fair went, if I sold anything, and if so, what did I sell? Some tips that I've learned from the craft fair. I'm also going to share with you what I took to the craft fair so that you can see. I definitely feel like I learned so much from this craft fair. I really enjoyed it. Definitely feel like I've got a little bit of a craft fair bug now and trying to get more booked in towards the end of the year. But I definitely got some good tips for you. I'm going to share with you some bits that I'm going to change for the next one, things that I won't be changing. Just a lovely little general overview. So thank you so much for joining me. If you are new to my channel, my name is Amy, and on this page we talk all things crafting, crochet, sewing, we do vlogs, we do yarn hauls, fabric hauls, and absolutely everything in between. If you are not new and you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for clicking and joining me for another video. Okay, let's just jump straight into the pre-filmed content, and then I will meet you at the end where we'll start going through all of the bits and bobs that I took with me to the craft fair, and I'll explain how we got on. So we are on market prep week. Oh, my tripod's in the car and I can't bother to go get it. It's Friday. The first craft fair market is tomorrow. I wanted to vlog this whole week, but it's just been non-stop to the point where I haven't even thought to get my camera, tripod or anything like that out. I've definitely felt extremely overwhelmed this week, not thinking that I have enough, not thinking I have enough time to get everything done. But I'm at the point now where I'm just thinking, if I haven't got it, I haven't got it. There's not much I can do. So it's going to be a late night. It is currently the morning. Just spent 2 hours finishing up some scrunchies. Now I've got work, and then I'm going to be spending it all night sewing, crocheting, finishing up, packing everything up. And yeah, so I need to be there quite early in the morning. Not going to have any time to do any crafting in the morning. So today is my last and final day. So I will make sure I go grab my tripod from the car, and I will show you and vlog some more of today. And then in this vlog, we will also touch on how the craft fair went tomorrow, what I sold, what I didn't sell, and I will do the whole big picture with you all. I can't believe we're at this point. I'm almost annoyed at myself. I have been talking about this craft fair, especially on my YouTube channel, for ages, but it's come down to the last 24 hours and I'm panicking that I haven't got enough. I've known about this for so long. Why don't I have enough stuff? Anyway, the craft room is an absolute mess, but that's a Sunday problem. We're just going to get through the next 24 hours, get everything done, go to the fair, see how we get on, and then we'll sort this mess out on Sunday, because I can assure you there will be no crafting happening on Sunday, because I have just been crafting, sleep, repeat all week. So yeah. Okay, this vlog is going to be scatty and it is just going to be what it is, but I'm currently working on prices and tags for the fair, and I bought these super cute little mini easels. Came in a really massive pack They were really affordable. I can try and find a link and chuck it below for you. But what I think is literally print some prices on some craft card and it can just sit on the table like so. And I think it looks really cute. If you are a regular market fair, even just a seller for your items, how are you pricing them? Because it's been a real struggle and I've really struggled to know what to do for the best. I've done a bit of market research, no idea. So I'm very much treating this fair as a trial and error because I just don't know. I don't know what's going to do well, what's not going to do well, if anything is going to do well, whether my prices are too low, too high. I really genuinely don't know. I plan to do my scrunchies for $4.50 each and then 3 for $12, and exactly the same for the keychains as well. So I will definitely feedback and let you know how it all gets on. Good morning, happy Saturday, happy first craft fair. My tripod is still in the car. I didn't go and get it yesterday. Oh, wow. Right, I need to leave in 10 minutes to get to my mother-in-law's to then get to the craft fair and get set up. I have had to just admit defeat with quite a few things and just realise that I haven't got it. I haven't got time to make it. And I've also pulled out a few things that I'm just not quite happy with. So I'm going to just show you my box. I'm not quite sure how I'm getting this in the car yet, but we will deal with that. The craft room, honestly, is disastrous. I'm just going to quickly show you what I'm taking. I've also wrote everything down to be able to then sit down tomorrow, have a bit of a debrief, go through what I've taken, what I've brought home with me, how much I sold, if I sold anything, and give you a full-blown run through because this vlog has not been how I wanted it to be. Anywho, I'm going to flip you around and show you my box of goodies that I'm taking to the craft fair. First up, of course, I've got my beautiful Love and Yarn Creations sign that my mother-in-law got me for my birthday. Okay, so we've got the pocket hugs here. Key wristlets. I had a bit of an issue with these, so I've definitely not got as many as I wanted. I can go through that tomorrow. Some mugs, and I'm going to go to the shop on the way and hope they have more in stock because they only had 4 yesterday. Floral coasters. Super cute. Heart coasters, notepad for information. Here I've got a whole bunch of hair scrunchies. These are my ear warmer headbands. I've got 3 Kindle e-reader cases, 2 tote bags hiding under there, 1 Granny Infinity baby blanket, this bag that's not quite finished but I'm hoping I can finish it at the fair and then put it up for sale. And then hidden underneath here is all my mug cozies. So definitely nowhere near as much as I would have hoped, but it is what it is. Let's just see what works, what doesn't work today. This craft fair let me flip you back around. This craft fair I'm gonna use as a bit of a trial and error. Let's see what people like, what people don't like, what does well, what doesn't do well, if anything. And then we'll regroup and go again in November. I've got 2 in November. So this is my first. This is gonna be a trial and error. Yeah, I will keep you guys posted. I'm going to do my absolute best to try and get you some footage from the craft fair. So all will be confirmed in the next videos that you see. Okay, we are now 1 week post craft fair. Craft fair was last Saturday and I wanted to share with you first what I took and then I'm going to share with you what I sold. So first off, the craft fair was in a small town near me and it was really quiet. It was really quiet. The morning was far busier than the afternoon, which really surprised me. I thought it would be the other way around. So yeah, it was very quiet. However, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I loved the setup. Deep down, I think I probably loved the prep, however stressful you can see that was. but I did really enjoy it. I was massively over panicking that I didn't have enough. And also, I feel like I set myself up with too high expectations because I watch, and I'm sure many of you also do, I watch a lot of American craft markets vlogs, and there seem to be these massive craft events and they all seem to be doing so well, which is incredible, and I absolutely love watching those vlogs. But in comparison to English craft fairs, again, I've done one, so it's really hard for me to create a concept or create a judgment in my head. I need to do more. But based on this first one that I've done, they're completely different. They're completely different. So that's always worth noting. If you are a crafter and you're going to your first craft event, just be mindful that American markets may be completely different to an English craft fair. So that's a little tip straight off the bat. I still love watching those. I will always watch those, but it's just worth noting the difference, I think. I could be wrong. When I go to another one, I may be corrected, but that is my first initial thought. I loved our little setup. I'm going to pop a little photo just up here now for you to have a little look. I did the craft fair with my mother-in-law, who also crochets, and she has just got one of those eyes for details. She is so amazing at having a vision and creating it. She spent the week doing a mock-up table at home, so she knew the concept that she wanted to go with and she had it somewhat planned out in her head, and then I just added my bits to it. And as you can see, it looks absolutely stunning. It looks so nice. Throughout the craft fair, we got quite a lot of compliments about our setup, and one person said it looked elite, which was such a lovely comment to receive. She was also a crocheter who just came for the event. She didn't have a stall. There was also another thing I noted, that actually it surprised me how little crochet was at this craft fair. Like I said, it wasn't huge. It was in like a local village, town, like community centre as such. So it was only in like one theatre room. So it was only small. I would probably say there was maybe 20 stalls. I'm not great at like visualising that, but maybe 15 to 20, all different crafts there. There was sewing, there was mugs, artwork, pottery, all sorts of gorgeous craft items, but not crochet. So we were heavily crochet / with an element of sewing. There was also another lady that had an element of crochet, but actually her craft was something else. I think she had a few granny infinity blankets on her table and a few granny squared cardigans and jumpers, but that was all. We were very much the main crochet one there, which is great as a stall holder to go and be the only crochet there. But it surprised me. I thought that, or as we know, crochet is becoming so popular, I thought there would definitely be more crochet stalls there, but there wasn't. So first tip is to not compare yourself to American markets for crochet, because I think they're going to be very different. Second tip is try not to get yourself stressed. I'm sure you have got plenty of items to take with you. I probably actually in hindsight took way too much, but I've definitely learned a lot throughout the way. So I'm going to show you what I took. I'll tell you what I've sold, and then I'm going to tell you and share with you things that I'm going to change for the next one. So let's crack on. So as you have seen, I took these keychain wristlets with me, and I took 15 of these in all different fabric patterns, and we've also got two different hardwares. We've got the silver and then we've got the gold. The gold I think is definitely my preference, but equally cute. I had a bit of a nightmare with these the week leading up to the craft fair. So I actually needed to scrap a lot of them and redo a lot, but you can't reuse the hardware, so I lost a lot, but never mind. These were the ones that I took. So I took 15 with me to the craft fair, and I sold 3. So I sold 3 of these, and if it is useful for you guys, this is one of the pieces I really struggle with pricing, and I still don't know if I've got it right, by the way, but I sold these for £4.50 each, 3 for £12. So that's just an idea for you. I did quite a bit of research on like Etsy and stuff prior, because I feel like I was just plucking figures out of thin air. These are really quick to do. They don't take much material. So yeah, £4.50 or 3 for £12. I then took my mug cozies. As you'll see in the photo there, I displayed them on the mugs and then I had a few not. So I did this so that you could buy them with the mug or you could buy them separately. It was entirely up to you, and I had lots of different colour options. I took 13 of these and I actually didn't sell any. I thought these were going to be the item that did the best, but it didn't. And I don't know whether that's because we're in the season crossover. Some people are still clinging on to summer in autumn. So I think moving into October, November, December, I think these will do better. That's my thought process. So yeah, I didn't actually sell any of these. So that was a shame, but equally means that I've got a whole stash ready for the next craft fair. I don't have to be panic crocheting to create some more. So I actually probably won't add to this collection. I may potentially add a few Christmas colours in here. Dare I say it, the Christmas word. So I may just add a few colour variations and maybe take out these lighter ones, which are more summer vibes. But we'll see. But it's just nice to know that I've got these up and running and ready to go. I then made these pocket hugs and I love these. So it's a little pocket hug with a little poem at the top, at the bottom, with a crochet heart. These took seconds to make. They were, but I also think they're so lovely, and they're a really lovely gift for a friend, family member, colleague, whoever it may be. And of these, I took 25. I took 25 of these, and I think I sold 2. I sold 2 of these, but I think they look gorgeous and I'm really happy with these. And again, I've got plenty. I don't need to make any more. I may make a variation, but I would do that as a last minute thing, knowing that I've got 23 done, ready to take to the next craft fair. Just saves me panicking. Next up, we had my hair scrunchies. These were a late addition to the party, but I love them. They are so cute. Absolutely adore these scrunchie. I could wear this one today, couldn't I? Let's pop it in. There we go. Cute. So I made these hair scrunchies and I made 22 of the large ones. I was working on smaller ones for the craft fair, but I ran out of time. So I thought, what's the point in taking 3? Might as well save that for the next craft event and take a whole batch of them. So 22 of these, I didn't sell any. And this is one thing I'm going to change to the next one. My mother-in-law is super duper crafty, and she made this stand right here for our craft event. So I have tasked her and asked her very, very kindly if she will make me a scrunchie wool, because I could be wrong. But one thing I need to improve is the display of my scrunchies. They were in a basket, and I'm just not sure they really stood out enough for what they were. So this is the kind of concept I've asked her to go and create for me. So basically a donut wool, but for scrunchies. I've seen a lot of crafters use them in their markets and they look amazing. I've asked to see if she can make me something like this, because I think it would just elevate the scrunchie game and will look super duper cute. So fingers crossed for our next craft fair, or towards the end of the year, I will have something like this, and I think that will really help with selling these scrunchies. So it's just something to be really mindful of. Your display is key, in my opinion, because if it needs to catch people's eyes. We were really lucky, and our placement of our stall was right at the back. As soon as you direct eye line of all the people walking in, we went to the sides. We were right at the back. So I think our placement was amazing. I don't think we could have wished for a better place in the hall. But I just think, yeah, scrunchies needed to be elevated ever so slightly. We then got my heart coasters. I sold 3 of these, I think. No, I sold 4 of these. And it was the neutral colours, my favourite ones actually. So I'm not surprised that they sold. I think it was like the powder pink from Drops Paris, a nude, an off-white kind of colour. So I sold those. I think what I will do is I will remove these bright colours from the next craft fair and make some more neutral autumnal winter colours so that I've got those. But again, display, I think I need to think of another way of displaying these. So we'll see. I made 4 Kindle cases. I didn't sell any of these. I also think that a lot of people were like, oh, what's that? So they didn't actually know what it was. I had a sign in front of it, but I don't think it was clear. So what I think I need to do is get a template that I put inside the case with a sign saying Kindle case. Does that make sense? So people can, or even like a mock-up of a Kindle and have it in so people know exactly what it is. But I've got 4 of these and I'm probably not going to make any more for the next craft fair. I will just roll these over and I've got 4 ready to go. I did have a lot more prepped, but I wasn't happy with them and I thought I'm not taking things that I'm not happy with. So I decided not to take any more. Then had my little headbands. And again, I think this is a seasonal thing. I think people were clinging on to summer. We weren't quite in the winter. So I've still got high hopes that these will sell better in the winter months. I then had 2 tote bags that I took with me, and I will put the first one up here. You will know if you've been watching my channel for a while that this crochet bag was my first crochet bag I made, and I had so much love for this crochet bag. It was stunning. I loved it as I was working on it. I loved the finished item, and I was actually really torn as to whether I was going to let this one go, but I put it out on the table and it sold. It sold, which I'm so happy with because I know someone's going to love it as much as I did, and then it's gotten to a good home. I do think I underpriced it because when someone bought it, they flipped the tag over, which I was cringing at because I thought it was too expensive, and I know crochet is expensive, and I know that that bag took me so long, and I know even to like if we were to work out time and stuff, I've undercharged on that, but the person didn't even bat an eyelid at the price, which makes me think that it was undercharged. Anyway, it's gone to a good home. This bag will need to be recreated similar because I would like to keep my items relatively unique. I don't want this lady to go and see an exact copy of this bag, so it will be slightly different with some slightly different shades, but I love the colours that I've used in this, so there will be another one coming soon for sure. I also sold this bag. I love this bag. It's using the All About Amy pattern. You will all know who she is, I'm absolutely sure. She's a fantastic pattern designer, and it was this pinky daisy tote bag, and it's gorgeous. I also sold that. I took a Infinity Granny Square blanket, and again, seasonal. I don't think we're quite there yet with the winter bits. I think probably now we're kind of edging into it, but I think November will be the time where you can pull out all your winter stock. One thing I didn't crochet, but my mother-in-law did, which is a massive tip for you, especially if you've got craft fairs booked in before Halloween: pumpkins. So many people loved my mother-in-law's pumpkins. She sold quite a few of those. She did small, medium and large, and then I think she had an extra large. They're amazing. Head on over to her Instagram. I'll pop the handle up here and they will be on there and you can see them, but they did really well. So that is a point to take away from this video if you have a craft fair before Halloween. Things that I've learned: work on my display. I also need to work on like the extra little bits that you have at a craft fair. So like my business cards, I don't like that word, but you know what I mean, business cards, my labeling and tags, little bits like that I just didn't have the time, so I had to really quickly rush that and mock something up that I wasn't quite happy with, but it did the job. So that's something I really want to work on. I also want to create some new items to take to the next one. Spent a lot of time talking to stall holders, and they also, it's just so hit and miss. You can go to one craft fair and it'd be amazing. You can go to the same one a couple of months later and it won't do very well. You can't predict the footfall. You can't predict what people are there to buy. I do think as we head more towards Christmas, people will be buying more. I think we were just a bit too early for the Christmas buying element, because I know I haven't started Christmas shopping, so why would you expect someone else to? But although I didn't sell a huge amount, I had such a good day, and I'm so excited to go and do another craft fair very, very soon. I will update you on that on my next vlog. So yeah, I hope I've given you some tips. I hope you have found this useful. Please don't get overwhelmed like I did and spend the whole week prior to it stressing about it, because it will all work out in the end. I absolutely guarantee you. Thank you so much for your support, tips and guidance when it is coming to these craft fairs. I really, really appreciate it. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, don't forget to hit that like and that subscribe button to be notified of all my future uploads. And you can also find me on socials. My handle is loveandyarncreations on both Instagram and TikTok.